Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Hi guys, so welcome to a new episode on this channel. Today we talk about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So how about we get started? Now this is the 5th book, and by far the only books I own about the Harry Potters. The most sickest book I've ever gotten with the Harry Potter books. Now there is a lot that we need to get on a cover up of the story that we're going to talk about. Oh, and today we will be featuring Harry Potter Legos. Da, 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 da. So how about we get started on them? Now, in the beginning of the story, Harry is here. Well, he's here Hedwigless and wandless. His wand and Hedwig is locked in a cage. Both. Bad, yeah. And also, Harry is also in a pretty grave danger. He just goes under some kind of bed, a bedrock, and then he starts listening for Muggle newses. If you remember what Muggles are, they are not magic people. And however, unlike all those other occasions, he has his wand with him. Dudley comes, and then he tries to do a curse on them. Curse on him, what really won't because of the Minister's magic. And Dementors come. Actually, 2 Dementors, but I only have 1 here. And so he does the Patronus charm. If you know what Patronus is, it is the charm against Dementors. Yeah! Well, that's how it works. It just seems to work. In my opinion, Patronuses are one of the brightest spells ever. Both literally and metaphorically. And so the Dementor just goes away. The other Dementor comes and tries to kiss Dudley, but then he does the Patronus. Well, what is a Patronus? It's like that big spell where it hits the Dementors and then boom, they are repelled by it. Harry's is always a star, and everybody says that's the truest, most powerful ever Patronus ever. But later, the Ministry of Magic says that his wand will have to be have to be broken, and then they decided to actually just have a vote, and Harry keeps his wand. Yippee! And then Cornelius Fudge says, Voldemort is not back! But he is actually, it's just that he's too stupid to actually admit it. Then what happens is Harry gets Hedwig back. He's Hedwig full again. Wait a minute, let's put this Hedwig onto his hand. Okay. And he gets saved from the Muggle house by his godfather, Sirius Black, and his friend, Remus Lupin. There's nothing in his suitcase, actually. And then he goes to Hogwarts and meets Ron and Hermione again. Ron and Hermione become prefects. Boom, 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 boom. And then what happens next is that they go all the way to Hogwarts, and Hermione is so like prefectful when Ron says, prefects are stupid. Yeah, well, actually, in my opinion too. And then they walk the corridors while Harry is left by himself. But then Albus Dumbledore comes and then says it does not ever talks to Harry at all. He just walks around not looking at even at Harry. But then he looks at him. Harry had a dream about Mr. Weasley, Ron's father, about being attacked by a snake. The snake particularly. They make eye contact. His soul starts to become sort of snake-like. And boom, he wants to do this. Hayat! However, he does not. He goes and saves Mr. Weasley's life. Then what happens next is that he learns about a prophecy after having a little fight with Severus Snape and his fellow Dementors, and Professor Umbridge being one of the worst headmistresses ever, and says, you're banned from Quidditch forever, and you are banned from literally everything that I can think of. Yeah, even his broomstick was confiscated. And so he was like, yeah, try it. Then what happens is that he goes and tries to look into the fire. Well, tries to look into fires in Professor Umbridge's office. And Professor Umbridge says, Crunchy! Croosh! And then Hermione comes in and stops it. Then he goes to he found Sirius getting tortured. He goes into the Ministry of Magic, into the Department of Mysteries, and Voldemort is there waiting to kill him. And then he's like, Avacadabra! But what happens is that you do know that the Avacadabra curse is really unstoppable, right? It's unstoppable. Nothing can stop it. Well, however, the Avacadabra curse is stoppable if somebody is actually in front of the person where it is. So Dumbledore comes, makes a statue come to life, and then that's how it protects Harry from actually the Avacadabra curse. Yeah. Worst thing ever, I might say. Hey, Voldemort just stays and says, "What in the world, Dumbledore?" And they have a little duel, magic duel. Ba 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 ba. Pop pop pop. Avacadabra curse. Block with statues. Avacadabra curse. Block with statues again. Put some bubble over him. Apparates. Disapparates right behind him. And then statue leaps in front of him. He disapparates. Dumbledore wins. Or does he? The duel isn't over yet, actually. Until Professor Umbridge is confiscated, Harry has been able to get back into the castle with his invisibility cloak. He puts his invisibility cloak up for him, and now he's gone. Now that he's gone, he goes all the way secretly, visible mode, back into his common room. And then he figures out that he goes to the end of the town feast, and then he realizes something. That he comes here and then says, let's see. And I guess he won Gryffindor 240 points. Yay, that's the highest amount of points I ever actually saw so. And then that's actually how it seems to work. It just seems that it's the end. And finally, Cornelius Fudge says that Voldemort actually returned, and that he will have a mass murder break again soon, very soon. So they have to be prepared. And for the sixth book, the second to last book ever, they will have to fight the ultimate crisis. Alright, so all the people I've got here, these people versus these people. Coming up next is the still unread Harry Potter, the Half-Blood Prince. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you really did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and for all the Legos that have been shown in this video, which one is your best and most favorite? Please tell me in the comments below or email me, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you in the next episode. You're gonna click either these two.